If you wonder how can you increase the response rate to your job requirements, to your job descriptions, then watch this video because we are going to look at a traditional job requirement from a client who is looking for Java Spring microservices developer. And in fact, we've been looking at similar job requirements just during my past webinar. And what was interesting is actually to look at what do hiring managers usually list in their requirements and what software developers and IT professionals are usually interested in. So I used to be a CTO. I interviewed my colleagues and friends and some other past candidates, and I asked them, hey guys, what are you interested in when you're looking for a new job? So I eventually took what they told me and created a mind map. So I want to show you the mind map and then also cross-match it with a traditional job requirement. So you will see the gaps right there, okay? So let me share the mind map and you can see now what are the software developers most interested in. Okay, so first is the technical stack. They are not interested in all these bullet points that they can see in the traditional job requirement that lists all the 20 requirements or qualifications, etc. Because it's just useless, to talk about some minor tools and in fact, if we were strict, then probably nobody ever would really match some of the requirements. But on the other hand, hiring managers eventually sort of decrease their expectations and hire IT professionals anyway. And this is actually why, because in fact, the must-have skills are usually enough. So when we talk about must-have skills in terms of software development, it's usually the programming language, it is a software framework, it could be the knowledge of the backend system or a front-end system, but usually, the testing frameworks are not a deal breaker anymore. On the other hand, this is what we can see frequently in job requirements, all right? So the second thing was the work methodology. When I was the CTO, software developers and IT professionals asked me frequently if we have adopted some of the best practices they were reading on blog posts or on some magazines. So they want to see that what is trending right now or has been trending recently, if it is already being used in the company. So what I would certainly encourage you to take the traditional job requirement and then start asking questions your hiring managers and ask them about the team, the project, the technical stack, and especially the work methodology. What kind of best practices have they adopted? What is their DevOps setup? What cloud tools are they using right now? Okay, number 3, the team. So when I was interviewing candidates, they usually asked me about the existing team, about the senior team members, because they want to have someone to learn from, which is totally understandable, right? You can also see it in the first node, the technical stack, option to upskill, what technologies are used. So it's sort of related to the node number 3, the team, to have someone to learn from. Is in the team any technical lead, some mentor the new joiner can learn from? So this is totally missing in the traditional job requirements, such as this one, right? Like there is nothing about the team, nothing about the project. There is nothing about the option to learn from other team members. So that's what I would certainly encourage you guys to focus on when talking to hiring managers. And number 4, the project. So it's not just about responsibilities or requirements, qualifications, but we need to sell the project to the candidate so he or she would get interested in working with the team, with the company on that particular project. So what's the scope of the project? Why is the project interesting? What can be shared about the project if we cannot reveal what it actually is, what they are going to build? But usually we can find something. If it is an existing project, maybe we can talk about the data that are being processed, or we can talk about I don't know what kind of problem does it solve, etc. Right? And number 5, the type of engagement. Obviously, this is something you are probably well aware of, so I'll not spend too much time talking about it. The type of engagement, is it a full-time or permanent engagement? Is it a short-term freelance contract or a short-term internship? So this is just some sort of administrative stuff that I would certainly encourage you to mention in the job requirement. And even if it's not clear right now, well then just write it here, to be discussed later or based on your availability, open for discussion, right? Totally okay. So with this, I'll probably wrap it up. You guys can download the mind map in our booklet with mind maps. If you haven't seen it yet, maybe I have it somewhere around. Let me just check. Well, I usually have it on my desk, but maybe I was just recording another video and it's on some other desk around. Never mind. I can list a link below this video and you can check it yourself on our website, itrecruitermindmaps.com. There is a beautiful booklet with mind maps that describe the whole IT landscape. And in fact, there is also this particular mind map. So you can always look at it. You can revisit it when you are talking to a hiring manager or a candidate. And eventually you can do a better job as a recruiter or a sales representative, an account manager. So if your team also would like to do better in terms of IT recruitment, then I can probably help you get more candidates. I can help you get more clients to work for in terms of IT recruitment. Because in the past, I've been helping teams in the United States, in Europe, in India, even in Australia, because IT is the same wherever you are in the world. Some strategies, some tactics may differ, but in general, the IT is pretty much the same. So I've developed a step-by-step training program that can take people who have never worked in IT, and as soon as they go through the program, they understand the IT landscape, the job requirements, the IT talent pool, and can do much better in terms of IT recruitment and IT services sale. So if your team would also have this sort of experience and do better in the next quarter, then just visit my website and you can learn more about my training programs. My name is Michael. So just go to michaljuhas.com. Okay, it's michaljuhas.com. You will find the link below this video. So have a wonderful day and recruit more IT professionals. Cheers, guys.